Welcome back to Six Survival Diaries. As you all know, it's your girl Velvet, and this episode will be referred to as She Got Greedy and Blew Up the Entire Play. Have you ever watched somebody ruin a perfectly good situation because they got greedy? Not desperate, not struggling, greedy. The kind of greedy where somebody already has their piece of the pie, but starts staring at your slice too. And before they know it, nobody gets dessert. Yeah, this is one of those stories. This happened back in the early 2000s, back when I was making better choices than I did as a teenager, but still making enough questionable decisions to keep my guardian angel employed full time. Now I had a friend. We'll call her Lulu. And Lulu wasn't somebody I met randomly. This was somebody I'd known forever. Junior school, middle school, high school, growing up, life, history. The kind of friendship where you stop counting the years because they've been there for so long. At least, that's what I thought. Around this time, Lulu started dating a new guy. Nothing unusual. People date. People fall in love. People ignore red flags and call it chemistry. It's practically a Canadian tradition. I met him once or twice, didn't think much of him. Just another boyfriend. Or so I thought. Now, at the time, I needed a favor. A simple favor. Use an address. That's it. Nothing complicated. And before anybody starts judging, remember, this was the early 2000s. A lot of people were making questionable decisions. Everybody was outside acting like they were one move away from becoming a millionaire. So Lulu agreed. And because I believed in paying people for their help, I made her a deal. Once everything arrived, I'd give her $1,000 cash. Simple. No confusion. No negotiation. $1,000. Honestly, if somebody offered me $1,000 just to let mail arrive at my house, I'd have rolled out the red carpet. Sure enough, everything arrives. Lulu calls me. I drive over, pick it up, hand her the money. Done. Finished. Everybody's happy. Or so I thought. The next day, I try to activate what I picked up, and immediately, something feels wrong. Instead of going through the normal process, I'm transferred straight to security. Now that's never a good sign. Nobody wants to hear, "Please hold for security." That's not customer service. That's the universe telling you your day is about to get worse. The security representative starts asking questions, then tells me something interesting. Someone had already tried accessing the account, twice, with the wrong information. And immediately, my ears perked up. Because there weren't exactly a lot of suspects. This wasn't a murder mystery. We weren't calling Sherlock Holmes. Only a few people even knew this existed. So I hang up and call Lulu. Now, I'm not going to pretend I was calm, because nobody would be calm hearing that. I ask her what happened, and her answer honestly shocked me. She tells me her boyfriend thought the arrangement wasn't fair. Excuse me? Not fair? The arrangement you agreed to? The arrangement you already got paid for? Apparently, this man had done some serious calculations. And according to his expert financial analysis, Lulu deserved half. Half. Now let's review. I had the information, I had the risk, I had the plan. Lulu contributed an address, a mailbox, a place for Canada Post to stop briefly before continuing its route. And somehow, this man convinced her she was being cheated. Imagine delivering one package for Amazon and asking for ownership of the company. That's basically the logic we were working with. But it gets worse. Their plan was to get to it first, use what they could, take their share, then tell me afterward. Like I was supposed to thank them. But here's the funniest part. These two masterminds were so focused on outsmarting me, they ended up outsmarting themselves. The second they started messing around where they shouldn't, security got triggered. Everything got flagged. Everything got shut down. The entire plan, gone. Finished. Congratulations. You played yourself. And that's when it really hit me. This woman had just risked years of friendship because of a man she'd known for 4 months. 4 months. Do you know how long some people take to finish a Netflix series? I've had leftovers in my freezer longer than that relationship lasted. But somehow, his opinion mattered more than years of friendship. And honestly, that hurt more than the money. Because I wasn't just looking at a failed plan. I was looking at someone I'd known most of my life and realizing maybe we didn't value friendship the same way. Maybe those years meant more to me than they did to her. Maybe loyalty had an expiration date I didn't know about. We stayed in contact for a little while after, not because everything was okay, because history makes it hard to let go. When you've known somebody since childhood, you don't just erase them overnight. You replay memories, you make excuses, you hope the person you thought they were comes back. But eventually, reality wins. The friendship faded. No huge argument, no dramatic ending, just distance. And honestly, that was enough. Because once trust leaves the building, everything else starts packing boxes. The friendship faded. No huge argument, no dramatic ending, just distance. And honestly, that was enough. Because once trust leaves the building, everything else starts packing boxes. The older I get, the more I realize some betrayals aren't painful because of what you lose. They're painful because of who you lose. Money comes and goes. Opportunities come and go. But when someone you've trusted for years shows you who they really are, you're not just grieving the friendship. You're grieving the version of them you believed existed. And that's what Lulu taught me. Not everybody loses you because they hate you. Sometimes people lose you because greed makes them forget what actually matters. And by the time they realize what they traded away, you're already gone. And if you have a story you'd like to share, you can always send it to the email in the description. Names, details, and identities can always be changed to keep everything completely anonymous. Because sometimes the stories people carry silently are the ones people need to hear the most. Please make sure to like and subscribe so you can stay connected for all future stories with episode 20. Good enough to help, but never good enough to need help. Releasing July 16th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Real stories, real survival, real people.